This afternoon, President Trump's legal team made its latest counteroffer to special counsel Robert Mueller regarding his official request for an interview with President Trump. Mr. Trump's lawyer suggested setting limits on what Mueller can ask. Now, how much of all of this is actual negotiation and how much is kabuki-like theater is anyone's guess. CNN's Caitlin Collins is in New Jersey, near where the president's doing his working vacation. And Caitlin, the possible conditions in this offer could be a sure sign that the two sides are nowhere near a deal and frankly, might never be.
That's right, Jake. What we seem to be seeing here today with this response from the president's legal team to the special counsel does not seem to be closing the gap between these two sides who have been negotiating for 8 months. Instead, it seems to be showing us just how far apart they remain. President Trump's legal team responding to the special counsel's latest request for an interview today.
We have now given him an answer. Obviously, he should take a few days to consider it. But we should get this resolved.
The president's lawyers declining to characterize their response to Robert Mueller.
We're not going to discuss the contents of the letter that we will send, but I will tell you this, that our response is thoughtful and includes issues that are raised under the Constitution. So I will leave it at that.
While urging him once again to bring the investigation to an end.
We do not want to run into the November elections. So you back up from that. This should be over with by September 1st.
The response is the latest in the back and forth between the two sides that has dragged on for 8 months now. Mueller indicated last week he'd be willing to limit the number of questions about obstruction of justice, while maintaining he still wanted to ask those questions in person. Today, Giuliani making clear certain questions are off limits.
I could right now give you the answer that he's going to give to the question, why did you fire Jim Comey? He gave it. He gave it to Lester Holt. It's on tape.
Openly admitting he's worried the president could perjure himself.
I start to think that the only reason they want this explanation is so that they can come up with some kind of a perjury thing.
What's called a perjury trap is something that we've talked about often.
While Trump has ramped up his public attacks on the special counsel, he remains at odds with his own legal team over the prospect of an interview.
The president stated that he wants to do an interview. I will tell you the position of the legal team is that we do not advise that.
However, Jay Sekulow admitting,
ultimately the decision's up to the president.
Now, the president, and the reason he wants to get in front of the special counsel is because he believes he can communicate his innocence to him and bring this investigation to an end. Now, if the president's legal team declines the special counsel's interview request, it could set us up for a showdown in court over a subpoena, a presidential subpoena, something that has only happened to one other president in office. Jake.